Welcome to DeFi Crypto today. Our topic today is solidly and how we can maximize our earnings coming from solidly. You're going to see that we can go really degen on this today. Solidly is becoming a major force on the Fantom network right now. It just launched a few days ago. And already it's becoming a very important building block in DeFi on the Fantom network. A lot of people are starting to build extensions to this. Okay, think of it as Lego blocks, and that you can pile up and up and up and up and up and so on to maximize your yield and improve the product and make it more accessible and more fun to play with. Okay, so we're going to see two protocols today that are building on this protocol. Okay, and so we're going to start by using Solidly to create a liquidity pair. But instead of vesting it here, we're going to take it on Solidex. We're going to do half and half. We're going to do some LP, and we're going to put them on Solidex, and we're going to use the tokens also on Impermax. And we're going to maximize the yield with leverage yield farming. Yeah, anyway. So you'll see it's quite exciting, and you should take advantage of this now because the rates are super high. But of course, it's not going to last forever. So the rates will go down at some point, but take advantage of it while the rates are great. Okay. All right. So let's get some tokens. First, technology is very advanced. It doesn't look like much, okay? Like this, it looks like a regular swapping page, but the engine under the hood, okay, is optimized. The project is from DeFi genius Andrew Cronje, which I highly recommend you should follow on Twitter and put a notification. This is where I saw that Impermax was involved now on Solidly, and also Solidex. It says 1 billion, right? This was yesterday. It's 2 billion now. Okay, it doubled in a day. Are people excited about this project? Yes, they are, at least for now. Okay, and the rates are still amazing. So take advantage of the high rates. We're going to see. We're getting thousands of percent of APR here. It's amazing. Okay, so enough about that. Let's get started. Okay, now I should have some MIM in there. Okay, we have 256 MIM. Okay, we're gonna swap half of that for Fantom and half of that for another token, which is, let me check, not this one. So what we're going to do, we're going to invest, we're going to buy and get some SEX today. I didn't call it like that. They called it like that. Okay, so it's not my fault. Okay, don't YouTube don't block me just because they're using dirty words. Okay. So what we're going to do is we need Rev Fantom and SEX tokens, and we're going to get about 4,672% APR, not APY. This is really high. APR, it's fantastic. Okay, it's totally amazing. Now, what we're going to get, we're going to earn some SEX, more SEX, yeah, and we're going to get some solid as well. I know all the documentation on Solidex looks like a porn magazine, so read it and enjoy. So we're going to create this liquidity pair. We're going on Solidly. We're going to bring it here, and we're going to stake it here. Okay. They have instructions here. We're going to follow the instructions because the problem is you need to toggle the advanced setting and click deposit LP button. This ensures your LP tokens are not staked on Solidly. We don't want to stake them on Solidly. We want to stake them on Solidex. Okay. because when we do that on Solidex, we get SEX as a bonus. Yes, I know. All right. So let's do that. Let's do that. So we need ref Fantom and we need SEX tokens, as it says here. So let's get those. All right, so the first thing is we need to switch this for MIM. So our MIM are here, and we're gonna do, so it's 256, so let's say 100, I'm gonna switch to Fantom. But can we get ref Fantom instead? Because we need ref Fantom apparently. Ref Fantom. Ref Fantom right here. Okay, so we're gonna switch, we gotta get this. Fantom, price impact 1.36%. Not amazing. Get rid of that. Oh, that looks better. It's all green now. All right, let's do this. Okay, swap is successful. Okay, all right. Now we need SEX. Yes, I know. So 125 tokens, and then we're gonna swap this and see if we can get the SEX token. Yes, we can. It's listed. So under price impact. Price impact looks the same, so let's go for that. It's all green. That looks all right. Now, the advantage of doing it on Solidex, on adding the liquidity on Solidex instead of right here, is that Solidex basically has a lot of voting power to gather a higher rate of return from the profits that are generated at Solidly. It's working a little bit like Curve. You've heard of the Curve War, okay? The Curve War is you've got several groups that are trying to have as much power over Curve, as much voting power over Curve as possible, so that they can get a higher yield rate on their investments. Okay, and the same strategy, we call it the Solidly War, is happening here as well, because Solidly is using technology that's very similar in the way it works as what's happening under the hood at Curve. Okay, and that's why they've got these NFTs. Okay, so if you are a big protocol and you manage to have a lot of money on Fantom, they're going to give you NFTs that are going to help you get voting power, so that you can get more yield on your investments. And that's what Solidly is doing, and that's why it's gathering so much momentum. Solidex is gathering so much momentum because they have a lot of partners. They call them the SEX partners, and those guys are pooling their resources together, okay, to try to attract as much yield as possible from Solidly. Okay, they're gathering their voting power to get more yield from Solidly, and that's what's going on right now. Okay, so we've done this. We need to go to liquidity. And I think they said we need to click on this button, doesn't it? Let me check what they say. The instructions right here. Click the advanced setting and click deposit LP button. Okay, let's try that. So we did click on advance. Oh, advance. That's the advance. So we create the pair, but we don't want to stake it. So we want to create the pair and deposit. That's what it said here, right? Yeah, deposit LP button. This ensures your LP tokens are not staked, so we don't want them staked. Perfect. That should work. Okay, so let's create the liquidity pair, and let's make sure that we're putting it at the right place. So you need to click advance here, and then we're going to hit deposit LP, not stake, not deposit and stake. All right, so let's start with this. So we've got our SEX tokens, we've got a ref Fantom token, and we're going to deposit them. So let's get the gas. By the way, today the gas is a little bit high on Fantom, so make sure you've got plenty of gas if you want to do your transactions. See, like we're charging like 0.23 Fantom for this. And it's not because of Solidly. I checked on Spooky Swap; it's very very high all over the place. So I think there's a lot of activity on Fantom. Maybe because of Solidly, Solidex, and Impermax. Okay, it's gathering a lot of attention, so that could be raising the price of the gas. Anyway, so we're successful. And once the transaction is successful, you should see your liquidity in the pool. We're not staking it here. We're going to stake that on Solidex, but make sure you see this first. This way you know that the LP tokens have been created and they've been put in the pool. Otherwise, it's not going to work on Solidex. All right. So, got a fantastic 4,672% APR. Okay, so how much is that per day, people? Well, if we put our calculator up, what did I say? 4672 divided by 365. We're getting 12% per day. That's insane. Okay, these rates are not going to last forever. It's probably going to drop fast. And don't forget, these are variable, okay? If the price of Fantom tanks or the price of SEX tanks, you could have some permanent loss, blah, 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 blah. But with a very, very high APR like this, it's going to compensate at least somewhat for any kind of impermanent loss you might be getting. And you're getting extra SEX and solid tokens for this. So why not? Okay. But notice I'm putting very small amounts here. Okay. This project, although it has major partners, okay, they call them SEX partners, just because it's not audited yet. It's brand new. There could be bugs, there could be issues, whatever. Okay, so always be prudent. Don't put all your money on this. To Solidex. Go back. All right, so this is the Fantom SEX pool that we want to use. It's giving us right now 4,672% APR, which I calculated to 12.8% per day. It's really amazing. So yeah, that's probably something you should consider if you want to get some interesting passive income. Now, don't forget, these are variable. So if you could have some impermanent loss if the Fantom or the SEX tokens take a dive. There could be some permanent loss too if they dive really deep. But in terms of impermanent loss, I'm not so worried because the APR here is so huge. It's going to overcompensate any kind of impermanent loss we might be able to get. But there is a risk of some loss. Okay, so be careful. Also, remember that this project is not yet audited. It is done by some very serious people, and they have a lot of very big partners in this, but yet the code is not audited and it's brand new, so there are some risks. Don't put all your money on this. You could lose money. Okay, be careful. Okay, so let's manage this. All right, make sure you connect your wallet. Forgot to connect my wallet, and that's why I didn't see the LP tokens. All right, so we got our LP tokens right here. We're going to approve. We confirm the transaction in our wallet. Right, transaction is approved, and it's confirmed. Let's do it again. Oh, I see. It was approved first. Now we need to deposit. New interface. Lots to learn. Okay, so it's depositing the tokens now. Okay, let's try again. Deposit. Let's look at it. Unapproved. Yeah, I was waiting for you to tell me to approve. Okay, now we confirm that. Pending. Okay, deposit's done. Should be all right now. Now we should see our deposit on Solidex. Or not. Oh, there it is. So total deposits 233. Okay. I saw my deposit here for a second and then it vanished. Now it's back. Okay. So this is our deposit right here. Okay. And for some reason it keeps going and coming and going. Let's refresh this. Maybe there's something going on. As I said, it's new code. It's not audited, so maybe you should expect some bizarre behavior like this. But anyway, right now it looks more stable after I refreshed. That looks okay. All right, so as we said, we should be getting about 12% something per day on this. So it's probably a good idea to watch it and check what we can do with our earnings. There's all kinds of stuff here. You can lock your sex. And earn some rewards for this. Normally there's an APR that shows up here. I don't know, it's not showing. Again, as I said, not audited. Let's see, if we refresh. Also, there could be a lot of people trying to take advantage of this right now. So yeah, that could be slowing down the protocol a bit. But nonetheless, there should be an APR here. I saw that earlier. And yeah, see, the first 15 protocols convert their NFT, become partners. So that's why they managed to get so much money in, because they managed to attract several partners that had 8 partners out of 15 here that had NFTs, okay? And they're pooling their resources together to claim higher voting power and higher yield on Solidly. All right. Anyway, last thing I wanted to show you was that if you really degen, you could go to Impermax on the Fantom network, and they've got these pools of yield, leveraged yield farming. So the pool we use today is this one, okay? And no, not this one. What am I saying? I saw it. No, it's not the same. This one is Fantom SEX, not a wrapped Fantom SEX. What we did today is wrapped Fantom SEX. But still, see, the original 1x yield is 5,347, and you could 3x that to 15,000 if you use this. There's other pools where you can also do up to 5x on some of them, okay? So if we have a look at this, you could deposit LP tokens, and or you can, so you could deposit your LP tokens. I don't have any right now because I deposited them at the other place, but it's similar. You need to create the LP tokens on Solidly first, then you deposit them here, and then you can use leverage, okay, to increase your yield. Okay, so you're going to borrow. So there's a risk of liquidation. Okay, be aware of that. There's a risk of liquidation, but you can always manage that. So check it every day. Make sure that you're not going to get liquidated. If you need to add more collateral, or just close the position if it's becoming too risky. But it's something that you have to manage on a daily basis because of the leverage risk. Okay, if you leverage too much, you can get liquidated a lot faster. Okay, so anyway, that's what I wanted to show you today. Very exciting. I'm really bullish on this project, Solidly. Very bullish. I think it's going to become the cornerstone of several projects on several protocols on the Fantom network. As we just saw, 2 projects already, and probably several others that I'm not aware of, are already using Solidly as one of their building blocks, and they're building on top of that. Okay, so we're going to see more and more projects do the same thing, because a lot of liquidity is going to go straight into this, okay? And people will want to take advantage of the crazy yield that are going to be generated out of that, okay? And that's why we're taking advantage of those yields here on in Solidex, okay? We're the Fantom SEX LP pair, right? And yeah, so take advantage of it while the yields are super high. It's probably not going to last forever. Now, if you don't like variable tokens, they still have very nice LP pairs like of stable coins like USDC MIM here that's giving you 27%, and USDC Frax. I mean, we can click on stable and see them all. Here, I'm not quite sure why they call this stable. Probably because the price of Solidex is 1-to-1 with Solid. But the price of Solid by itself can vary. You see what I mean? And same thing with Spirit and Transpirit and BTC and Rent BTC and all these others here. I think the price of each token follows the other pretty much, but they're still technically variable. Although in this case, you would not have impermanent loss. Maybe that's what I should have said, no impermanent loss instead of stable. So these pairs, you're not going to get impermanent loss. So if you want to invest in that, that's cool. BTC is not giving any yield though, which is, I don't know why. But all the others giving really substantial yield, especially these here, several thousand%. And for pure stable coins, still 27%. That's very, very high. It beats inflation by almost four times, almost. So those would be quite interesting investments to consider. But again, as we saw, the website's a little bit temperamental and not yet audited. So don't put millions and millions and millions in there. And unless you can afford it, there could be some problems from time to time. All right, so that's it for this video. If you like this kind of stuff, please like and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell. Download the free book. All you have to do is type your name, your email address, so hit the submit button, and then you get a big fat button that says download the free book. If you've missed that button, we're going to email you another button that says download the free book. And if you don't want the free book, well, go to Amazon, pay $5.99 to Jeff Bezos, and Jeff will send me a whole $1. See ya.